we lose sight of our why. Things are difficult. Somebody unmuted? All right. Well, my name is Dee Korchin. Glad you guys are here tonight. It is our Monday night team time, and it's Monday, May 24th. And we're going to talk tonight about the roller coaster of being a health coach, or the roller coaster of being an entrepreneur. And it really does involve a lot of ups and downs. And the better we get at navigating all of those challenges, the better the journey is for us, but also the impact that we're going to make. So we're going to have two people sharing tonight on the last two habits of transformational leadership principles. But before we do that, wanted to just go over just a couple of things here at the beginning. We're at May 24th, which means 1 week from today is May 31st, which is Memorial Day, the last day of the month. So we are 1 week from the end of the month. So if you are looking at your numbers, looking at your rank, getting close to achieving a new rank, just want to remind you that when we have 1 week left, we still have 25% of the month left. Right? So we're only 3/4 of the way through. So plenty of time and opportunity to continue to connect with more people, have more conversations, and continue to do what you do so well in terms of supporting other people. I know we've got a lot going on with the shipping delays. I do know that the company is continuing to work on that, continuing to provide the best updates they can. Today, they put out that they're still operating at the 12 to 15 days is what they're saying. And we did put some tips. I did put some tips in Coaches Out for Change last week. And also, hopefully you caught the 8:30 training, the field training last week. They did a great job on how to set up, how to help existing clients navigate this, and also in particular new clients. So I totally get you guys are on the front lines. We're all doing it, right? We're all taking the brunt of it. And I definitely also know that our mindset around it makes a big difference. So you guys are doing well. I mean, I think in comparison to what I've heard some other teams and complaining, whatever, I think we're doing a stellar job navigating it with our clients. So thank you, because I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. Also wanted to let you know, remind you about convention. National Convention is in Atlanta. There is a virtual option, but you can still sign up to attend in person. It's in July, and they're bringing people in on the wait list. So if you are just hearing about, maybe you're a newer coach, welcome, but maybe you're just hearing about convention, but really can be a game changer. So just wanted to encourage you to get on that waiting list because the odds are, I think, high that you would be able to get in and attend with us. And last week, I shared that there's a challenge. So Optavia has a philanthropic arm called Healthy Habits for All, and really providing access and education to underserved communities. And they're looking to beat a goal. Last year, the goal, $83,000 was raised by health coaches, and they're doing a new approach this time. It's a team approach. So I created a team. The information is in Coaches Out for Change, and I'll include the link when I post this recording. But just wanted to let you guys know we've had 11 people join the team, 11 people donated, and we've raised $460 already just for our team. So shout out for you guys, because we are just getting started. So let's keep rocking and rolling with that. If we win in terms of being the largest donation team, you get recognized at convention. The team gets to go up on stage, and then even better is that they will host a like cocktail hour for us in our own presidential suite. So that would be pretty sweet, right, to do that. So and then just also wanted to let you guys know, next Monday, since it is Memorial Day, we will not have team time. So enjoy that time with your family, but there'll be no team time next Monday night. And so the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about the habits of transformational leadership. These were developed a couple of years ago when Optavia was created with our outside consultant, really defining who we are as a company, what is it we stand for, what makes us different. And I think you guys all know through the personal development and the growth we get through our life book and the education, that we as Optavians are different. And whether you're a coach or helping one person or have teams of people, you are a leader. So knowing these habits of transformational leadership is just what helps you grow as an individual, but also represent well and set the example for others. So we've got two of them tonight. These are going to be the final two. And Kelly Parker is going to cover for us this one, which is called We Seek Growth and We Embrace Obstacles as the Way. And I would say probably now more than ever, we need this, right? Like this mindset adjustment. So Kelly, are you on? Can you unmute yourself for us?
I'm here.
Awesome. Good to see you. So take it away, Kelly.
Hi. Thanks for asking me to do this, Dee. I did this at our little leadership retreat, and I've been trying to find my notes. Sorry, I can't find my last page. I've had some babies around the house, and it's probably been thrown away, but I'm going to do my best. But I was asked to talk about growth and the obstacles that are inevitable that come with growth. And I'm safely assuming that if we're on this call tonight, we want to grow. Or if you're on this call, that means you want to grow your business and hopefully grow as a person, because that's what it's going to take. The more people we help, the more we grow as a person, and the more we also grow in our business financially, and just gives us more opportunity to help more people and to donate and be generous. And I think that is just a word that goes with growth. If you grow, it just makes you want to be more generous. But the first step in growth is you got to want it. You need to want to grow. I mean, that it has to be there, that fire in you that you want to grow and be better and bigger. But you got to have the right mindset first. So want it, and then get your mindset to say, yes, this is what I want. And in that mindset to say, yes, I've got to get and think about what I need to do, like have a game plan. So I made up an acronym for growth to make it, I guess that's just my teacher in me, but I made an acronym. I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is not the actual one. I can't find it, but this was one I found in my trash that I wouldn't use from last time. But it still has my acronym on here. So I'm going to put it down, but y'all can kind of see, I'll pull it up here again in a minute. But the first, for the G in growth, I chose goals. Goals are key to any kind of growth that you want to have. And I think that it's important to write them down. I think it's important to write down your goals one by one. And you can do a 6-month goal, you can do a year goal, even go and do a 5 and a 10-year goal. And I think you should write them down, and maybe it's like some form like this. So it's big, you can like post somewhere in your house or somewhere that you're going to see it at your desk, and read them very often. So they're always fresh, always fresh. And then also, one of the good things, especially if you do a 5 and a 10-year, even a year goal, you may have to readjust these because you may surpass what you've already put down. And then you need to reevaluate your long-term goals. But goals are important. The R is for read in our acronym, read. I love to read. I haven't read as much as I like to in the latter years here lately, but reading is it's a great habit to get into. I think our social media and just our devices, our electronic devices, has kept us from that. I mean, other than reading a quick little insert or excerpt, but reading is a great way to learn. And the more you learn, the more developed of a person you're going to be. Therefore, you're going to grow. And you learn a lot of new things from other people, new concepts, new ideas that you might not even think about, that you're like, wow. And the more you grow, then you can intertwine that in your business. And it gives you keeps you from being stale, from getting burnt out. It gives you a new fire. So reading is always, and you can go as far as you want, in growing as a person. But if you read, it's going to take you to that next step every time. I promise you. I'm reading a book right now. I'm reading Believe It by Jamie Kern Lima, whatever, the It Girl. And I'm reading about her obstacles, which is our next hot topic. But I feel so small next to her in the obstacles that she's had, because I feel like I have my own obstacles. But I'm thinking she has faced some major ones, and it makes me feel like it gives me a little bit more empowerment that I can do this. But O is for obstacles in our acronym, our growth acronym. They are inevitable, but they are a must. We're not going to get anywhere if we don't face some obstacles, because if we're not facing them, we're not risking enough. We aren't going that extra mile. We're not taking enough risks. We're just we're not reaching far enough. So, and I don't want you to look, a lot of people hear the word obstacles as a negative. Oh gosh, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. And at the time you might think that they are, but on the flip side, I want you to think, something's being taught to me right now, to embrace it. And because something may down the road come along that you're going to say, oh my gosh, I remember that obstacle that I had, and I had to overcome this, and now I can handle this because it's on a bigger scale. So you want to take your obstacles and embrace them. Look at them as, what am I learning here, instead of what's going on, why me? And I promise you'll be a better coach for it, and you'll be a better business person for it. My obstacles have probably been myself. My biggest obstacle, just getting out of my comfort zone. This is not my comfort zone, honestly. So I'm overcoming an obstacle tonight. So when I'm ready for the next one, if Dee says you want to talk, I'm going to say, yes, ma'am. And I'm going to do it. You know, I'm not going to let anything like that hold me back. And I don't want anybody else to feel that way. I mean, if I can get up here, you all can, in my t-shirt. W on our is for work. It all takes work. If we want to grow anything, us, our businesses, anything, is going to take work. And the biggest thing about this company I want to point out is we have amazing role models and amazing entrepreneurs above us to reach out to or just watch. We can't just watch, though. The W is not for watch, it's for work. So it's just like, mimic them, do what they're doing. They're all working, and we just need to follow their footsteps. You know, it's repetitive. It's a, what do we call it? I forget the word, but do what they're doing because it works. And if it works, then you need to work to get there. So just like I said, roll up your sleeves and get to work. The T in growth is for trainings. I picked this just for this particular group, is because I don't know if I'd put trainings in every acronym I would do for growth, but we have great trainings like we have right now. I've missed a couple. I've been down and out with my, I got a hip replacement just recently, so I'm having an obstacle that I'm going through right now. But I'm on the other end of it. And but the trainings that we have for us are immeasurably valuable. And Frank has always said they need to be a rock in your calendar. Put them on your calendar. Monday nights is for trainings, especially. And when we've got Wednesday night, we have all kinds of other stuff. Dee even has Thursday days if you don't, have to do anything during the day on Thursday days. So, but you will be a better coach by watching these. You're going to learn something every time you watch one. You're going to get a new insight. You're going to get a new, maybe just a new post or anything, but it's going to keep your fire lit. And I can't say enough about those. H is for habits. How fitting for our company is the habits of health. And so the last one is for habits. And as I already said, habits are great. Now, of course, I'm talking about good habits. I'm talking about good habits. So we know how to create them. So we're all good on that. But to keep creating good habits, just like making sure we get to the trainings, that's a habit that we have to get in. But it's important to create the habits to grow our business as well. Like I said earlier, one is reading. That's a good habit to get into. And we always tell our clients to read. So, well, we as coaches need to add a little more to that, add some more to reading. The habit of staying with the plan. I know a lot of people always ask, how long do I have to be on this? Spend the money on it. The habit of sticking with it is important, because you can't really educate if you're not doing it. So I think it's a great habit to always, even after maintenance, is to stick with the plans that we offer and use our fuelings, which are important. Other good habits are generosity. The more that you give, the happier you will be. Even if it's not money, but if you're giving your time and giving your kindness and your love and just support to people, I think that is a wonderful habit to get into. As I said, my last page is gone. So I did get through my acronym, but all of these bring together a great atmosphere for growth. And I'm glad that she made me do, or asked me, you didn't make me, asked me to do this again, because it brings it back to me. It's always like just like in our life book, we reread something and it just brings it back to, and after my little downer here, I needed it.
Awesome.
So you all, thank you again for asking me to do that. I appreciate it. And I hope that I said something to either educate, inspire, or just make you happy. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, give Kelly some shout outs in the comments there, and feel free to screenshot this, tag her, whatever. Great job. Kelly, a couple of things you said I think are so important. One was about having goals and having them visible, which is so important. People that know me, I mean, I keep a note card with my goals like right in front of me all the time, right here on my computer. It makes a difference. And when your brain, when you have it written out, whether it's a weight loss goal or a business goal or a personal goal, when it's in front of you, there's neural pathways in our brain, and we actually start to see it as complete. Our brain starts to look for ways to make it happen because it's visible. That cued me that at 8:30 tonight, the field training is on structural tension, which is about creating those more challenging goals, the ones that stretch us and the ones that will inevitably lead to some obstacles that we need to lean into. And what a great example, Kelly, by you leaning into that fear, that obstacle of speaking in public. I'm sure now you're feeling a sense of accomplishment to help you grow, but then 70 people on this line are also now blessed from that as well. So thank you for that. And your mentors, initially when we selected you to do that, said that you have always shown up for growth. Help me, tell me what to do. What am I missing? What do I need to do next? So that is the can-do attitude. So awesome. All right, so our last one, you guys, which is just such powerful. I think it really sums up who we are as Optavia. The last leadership principle is we deliver extraordinary results and we serve to better mankind. And I'm excited that Katie Kosman is going to share with us tonight. Katie, I saw you on the call. If you just want to unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you, Dee. Thanks for inviting me. And Kelly, wow. It's hard to follow all of those tips. Those really resonated with me. And as I tell you my story, you'll understand a little bit why. So I first reached out to Meg Johnson. So her and I went to high school together almost 2 decades ago. And I was about 18 months postpartum and was heavier than I was 9 months pregnant. And I never struggled with my weight. And I just felt so lost. I was like, I don't know what to do. So I reached out, lost 40 pounds in 4 months, kept it off, got pregnant with my second daughter, did our nursing moms plan, and was able to lose 35 pounds in 3.5 months. So I've had phenomenal success on the program. And when I did it the first time around, Meg several times would say, gosh, you'd be such a great coach. And I was working full time and I was like, nope, I'm too busy. Leave me alone. I'm too busy. Don't even mention the word coach. Just stop. And so I just never thought about it. And then when I was on maternity leave and I wasn't working, my sister Meredith, who is now my coach, said, you really should give coaching a try again. And I said, well, I've got a lot of free time on my hands, so why not? But I didn't have any big why. It was more of a, sure, I've got time. And I didn't realize until I got into it what coaching can do in my life, the fulfillment that I didn't even realize that I was missing, the joy that I get from helping my friends and family, of having that bigger purpose, which is really part of this leadership principle. And so all of that has just helped me to grow as a person. But then another obstacle came about. I went back to work in January, and figuring out the balance between work and continuing to grow a business and serve my clients and serve my coaches is hard. And so, Kelly, all of the things that you talked about with the obstacles and just all of the different tips kind of re-energized me to just, continue to focus and remember the bigger purpose. The bigger reason that we're here is to serve mankind. And it's not going to happen by accident. I didn't used to be a goals person. I used to be and I'm an achiever, always have been, but it's always been, okay, well, I want to do these things. And so if I just pour everything that I've got into it, I'm a perfectionist too. If I just pour everything in, then let's just see what happens. That was always my mindset. And by luck, I would have some decent accomplishments, but there are several things that I'd look back and say, gosh, I really wanted to do this and I just didn't do it. And now, having been part of Optavia, setting goals is so important to me now. I do it for the business. I do it also at work professionally, which this might surprise you, but at my company for the last 12 years, they don't really require you to set goals, which just blows my mind. But that's a different topic for a different day. So anyway, setting goals is super important. And so I think being very intentional, and that's my word for the year, being very intentional about what it is that you want to achieve, that's really what's going to help to move you forward, to deliver those extraordinary results. And the other thing that I want you to remember, because I'm sure all of us have a story like this that resonates with us. One of my coach's clients had been in pain for 14 years, undiagnosed pain, just constantly not feeling good. Went to every doctor under the sun, allergy tests, every possible medical test. Nobody could figure out what was going on. And she decided to get on plan because she wanted to get healthy. And within a matter of weeks, all of her pain went away, all of it. And she feels incredible. So there was clearly some allergy or something that she just couldn't figure out. But it has truly changed her life. And so I always think about, anytime that I'm getting sidetracked at work, like I'm too busy to do, my client calls, or I'm too busy to do the action steps that I had laid out, I try to remember her and people like her that are out there that I haven't yet reached, that I know that I could change their lives. And so I just want you to think about that, with this message, is think of those people that ultimately you can have an impact on. And continue to do the work, deliver those extraordinary results, and together we will change mankind. Thanks, Dee.
Yeah, so good, Katie. Thank you. Let Katie know in the comments what a great message that is. And I think it almost goes back to that video at the beginning, right? Of why are we doing this, right? Because it really makes a difference in people's lives. I mean, at one point we had 70 on this call tonight. We are 70 individuals who have been changed by this, by Optavia, through the program, through coaching, here wanting to learn and grow more. And I know it can get frustrating. I know sometimes people don't see it the way we see it, the program, or they get upset about a shipping delay or whatever. But we have to remember, I think, that when we can get so clear on the fact that we do deliver extraordinary results and do our best to navigate those obstacles, like Kelly talked about, be willing to grow and learn in that process, that's how we start to make the significant impact that this team alone is doing. And I love that, Katie, like your initial was no. And Katie has a very impressive corporate career. I mean, Meg could have easily looked at her and not even offered it and just said, oh, she's fine. She wouldn't want this. And yeah, the no was really a not yet. So I'm so glad that you were open to it. And it's a reminder to all of us that no doesn't necessarily mean no all the time when it comes to coaching, that it's just a not yet. At that season, it didn't make sense to her, but as time went on. So I think the more that we can have conversations with individuals around this and just, because that meaning, that purpose fulfillment. I heard a statistic not too long ago that 80% of people, around 80%, are in jobs they don't like for benefits. And so for benefits only, they're there, right? Where we can provide, like you said, that whole meaning, purpose, fulfillment. And the really cool thing is what you said is that you see the ripple effect now into the rest of your life. And I was the same way. I didn't like to set goals because I thought, well, as an achiever, what does that mean if I don't achieve them? Right. But what it does do is it stretches us. Right. And then we dream bigger and we start to make things happen. And Katie, we had conversations climbing up Stone Mountain that you were starting to see life a little different and what could be possible. So really, really good. So awesome. I think that is really it for tonight. I think we're kind of filled to the brim with the inspiration. So thank you guys for being here. I mean, it is not unnoticed that you are investing your time in yourself and in your team and for your clients, and it makes you a better coach for all those reasons. So we can move over to Dr. A's call. He's at 8. 8:30 is the call on structural tension, which is going to be awesome. Just learning how to reframe and set those more challenging goals. And then being clear on your why was how you'll do what it takes. And then 9 o'clock, Dan Bell has a interactive call for us. So thank you again. Awesome being with you on Monday nights. I'm going to miss you next Monday, but no call on Memorial Day. And we'll see you in the Facebook group during the week. Bye.